In April, the Cleveland Cavaliers signed Dante Jones to a one-year minimum contract. For the second straight season, the veteran small forward would appear in a single regular season game before acting as a playoff reserve. Jones is a famously chippy player. He was suspended for a game in 2016 after punching Bismarck Biyombo in the groin. In 2017 was much of the same. Jones was fined two-thirds of his pro-rated, league minimum salary for an ejection against the Raptors, and didn't do much else. LeBron James covered the bill. Save for a brief hero stretch in Game 6 of the 2016 Finals, Jones has more or less played the role of a hockey enforcer for the Cavs. But he must be good at it. Thanks to those two short contracts, Jones has technically played 13 NBA seasons. That's as many as Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird. Few NBA players have made it that long. Share of 4,147 NBA/BA players that played each number of seasons, 1946-47 through 2016-17. Over the course of 13 seasons, Jones has averaged just 5.4 points per game, while shooting .439 from the field. He's accrued 9.9 win shares, a stat from Basketball Reference that attempts to account for all of a player's production and defense on the court. It's a counting stat like WAR in baseball, so the more you play, the more shares you gain. For comparison, Kyle Lowry, an all-star player but not MVP level, gained 10.1 win shares just last season. Jones might actually be one of the least productive players to make it so long in the league, putting him in the running for least distinguished career. Who is his competition? To find out, we can look at the win shares per season all 4,147 players in NBA history gained through 2016-17 versus the number of seasons that they played. Average win shares WS per season for 4,147 NBA/BA players from 1946-47 through 2016-17, by number of seasons played. As you can see, the players with longer careers tend to generate more win shares per season. This makes sense. The best players tend to stay in the league the longest. The 20 players marked in orange have extremely low win share rates given how many seasons they played, with a minimum of 3 seasons. We're ranking exactly how far they are below expectations using a value called a Z-score. You can read a more detailed explanation of how this works in the footnotes. Dante Jones makes the top 20, but he's far from the least distinguished in NBA history. He's not even the least distinguished active player. Ronnie Price, a point guard who played for the Phoenix Suns in 2016-17, has one less season under his belt, but has accrued just 4.0 win shares to Jones's 9.9. The full list, from worst to best by Z-score, is below. Nobody would call these great players. They're marginal reserves, verging on scrubs, but in some respects, they're the most impressive players in NBA history. Their stats may be ugly, but hundreds of NBA players have put up worse, and most of them were out of the league in a few years. These 20 players were durable and consistently useful in whatever minor but valuable role they filled, be it backup point guard, providing extra height on defense, or pulling the occasional dirty play. And despite being some of the least essential players on their squads, they stayed useful and on NBA rosters for years. We should hope for as much in our own careers. The 20 least distinguished careers in NBA history: 1.10.7 points, 1.1 assists, 7.8 rebounds. Rookie of the Year in 1958 and 1959 All-Star, but was a terrible shooter, especially for a power forward/center. Per game line during his first 5 seasons: 5 for 15 from the floor, 11 points. 2.5.6 points, 1.9 assists, 1.9 rebounds. 1984 NCAA champion. Played in high school alongside Muggsy Bogues, Reggie Lewis, and Reggie Williams. 3.3.9 points, 0.5 assists, 2.6 rebounds. Made 3 NBA Finals. 2001 NBA champion with the Lakers, although he only played for 3 minutes of one playoff game. 4.3.7 points, 1.8 assists, 1.2 rebounds. Not on a roster for the 2017-18 season. although he is still owed $2.4 million from the Thunder. 5.3.8 points, 2.0 assists, 1.4 rebounds. Played for 7 teams in 7 years from 2000 to 2006. NBA D-League MVP 2007 and champion 2008. 6.4.5 points, 2.1 assists, 1.3 rebounds. Appeared in 82 games for the Bullets in 1994-95, his best season, averaging 7 points per game. 7.2.8 points, 0.2 assists, 2.2 rebounds. 2005 NBA champion with the Spurs, although he did not appear in the playoffs. Champion again in 2014 as an assistant coach, current GM of the Brooklyn Nets. 8.2.5 points, 0.5 assists, 3.8 rebounds. Won 2 NBA championships with the Boston Celtics in 1984 and 1986. 9.4.2 points, 1.0 assists, 0.3 rebounds. 13th overall pick in 1987. Named the greatest high school player in Wisconsin history. 10.6.9 points, 2.9 assists, 1.1 rebounds. Just 5'11". Played in the NBA, CBA, EBL, Russian League and for the Harlem Globetrotters. 11.5.4 points, 0.8 assists, 1.7 rebounds. 2016 NBA champion with T.